Alright, so that was Champagne Supernova by Oasis, or at least how I play Champagne Supernova. There's a couple of different ways of playing this, and this is kind of the way that I play it when I'm playing live. It's not 100% true to some of the tabs and stuff that I've seen online, but this, from me, as a solo gigging musician, works the best. So, let's get stuck in and have a look at how it goes. So, we come over here to what is basically an A shape. Okay, so our normal A chord is going to be... Our normal A chord is that, where you put your first finger on the second fret of the D, second fret of the G, and second fret of the B. Just nearly forgot the names of the strings there. Say it like that. But this is more of a like an A sus 2 or an A sus 4, and I always get those two mixed up. But hopefully you'll know which one I mean, or what I mean by that. So we start off with our first finger on the second fret of the D, and middle finger on the second fret of the G, and we play all but the low E string. Now, if you're a beginner and you only know the kind of the standard caged chords, caged being C-A-G-E-D, I will show you how to do that in a minute. So, but let's just carry on as if you do know what these chords are. So, that's your first chord, your A, whatever it is. Then we get our ring finger. You can see my one's already creeping up because I've done this so many times. It's just like I could do it falling asleep at this stage. And we put this finger, the third finger, on the third fret of the low E string. And that sort of just, it's the same chord, but it changes the bass line, sort of. So this is what I mean. This is what I meant when I said at the start that it suits the way that I play as a solo acoustic musician. As a solo acoustic musician, you're sort of trying to play every instrument and make it sound as full as possible with just like one of you and just one guitar. So by doing this, it does sort of add that extra little dimension to the song, if you will. So there's your first chord. Second chord is exactly the same, but just with that G in the lower register. Now this is where I sort of deviate from the tablature that I've seen. Middle finger comes up to the second fret of the low E, and your third finger now comes in to replace what was your middle finger on this G string down here. Doesn't sound amazing by itself, but in context with the song, it works really, really well, because you've got this clear descending bass line that just makes the song kind of, as I said, flow really well. So that's your third chord. And then the fourth chord is sort of a version of an E major. So you bring your middle finger down to the second fret of the A, and you play the open E. And that's the sort of the last note in the descending bass line. So the first note in the descending bass line is A. So you could imagine it this way, that you're starting off with A, then you're going to G on your second chord, third chord is going down to this F sharp, and then E is the final one. So if you can imagine that playing alongside the open chord, so as I said, that's how I play it as a solo musician, and that descending bass line really, really helps to fill out the song. Now, in the chorus, I do like to play just standard major chord shapes. So if you are beginning and just know your major chord shapes and don't want to get confused with all these different variations of the chords, and especially using different fingers, then by all means, do it this way. This is how it goes. It is starting off with an A chord, then you go up to a G chord, Then you go down to a D chord. Now you might be thinking, how did he work that note into the whatchamacallit, the progression that I do? Well, that F sharp is there because that is an E and that is an E. Whatever note you play on this high E string is going to be exactly the same on the low E string. So in order to just kind of complete the bass line, you can simply just add your low F sharp up there. Or you can just, and it works exactly the same. And then your fourth chord is going to be just a bog standard E major. So one more time, the standard open chords for Champagne Supernova, this is how I would do it. A, up to a G, down to a D, with your low F sharp or not, and E major. And then I like to finish off with an A major bar chord. So that's it. It's quite a simple song. Just 4 chords can play the vast majority of it, apart from when you come to like the bridge and stuff, but there's very, very little to that. Great song by Oasis, and it always goes down really, really well when I play it at gigs. Thanks very much for watching this video. Like and subscribe and for more of the same content, and we'll see you in the next one.